After switching back to my iPhone 8 Plus, I was able to reduce my screen time to under 2 hours a day, with most of that screen time being spent on value-adding things like talking to family or learning something new. Here's how I did it with the help of a simple launcher. I switched back to my iPhone 8 Plus after 4 weeks of using a flip phone and an old Android phone. I'm just ending my first full week back, and you'll see that I've been able to keep my screen time to a minimum. I did that by doing two things. First, I found and installed a launcher called Blank Spaces. This launcher basically mimics the look of the Lite phone within your iOS device. You get a blank screen with just your top 5 apps as text. And I really like this minimalist look. Here's how you can install it. Before anything else, you'll want to actually clear your home screen and just leave it blank. Now go to antiphone.app. I believe this used to be called the Antiphone or Antiphone, but they've rebranded since. Click on the App Store logo and you just need to install it. Once you open the app, you can then add commonly used apps that you want to add onto the home screen. Now, once you're done with this, you can achieve this look by adding 2 widgets. Press and hold on the home screen and click the plus icon, then navigate to the Blank Spaces app. You can then add 2 widgets. The first widget is a spacer that you can use to center the apps. And then the second is the tile for the apps themselves. Because I'm using an iPhone 8 Plus, I think this means that it isn't centered as perfectly. Perhaps this was built for the taller aspect ratios of more modern iPhones today, but I don't really mind, still looks good to me. You'll notice a slight pause with some apps like the phone app. This is because they're able to achieve this via the shortcuts functionalities. It's not the smoothest experience in the world, but what's a few milliseconds, right? You'll also want to download their wallpapers, as it's a very specific shade of blackish gray that they use. This is also how you're able to hide the unsightly, differently colored toolbar at the bottom. You'll see that even though they've been able to mostly remove it, there's still a very faint gray line there, but I've stopped noticing it after a while. Now, obviously, this is just a home screen, and it's still easy to access all of the different apps you have underneath by swiping right. So one thing I had to do was just uninstall all of the bloat I used to have on my phone. This is a quick tour of everything I have now. They're all just essential apps that don't really pull me into any sort of mindless, time-wasting scrolling. I do still have some content consumption apps in here, but they're relegated to music, books, and audiobooks. And Udemy as well, where I'm going through a few courses. I've deleted all the social media from my phone, and that's made a huge difference. It really helped that I've lived the past few weeks with a flip phone and an older Android phone, because it's really stopped the habit of looking for my phone and using it to just endlessly scroll social media. Nowadays, I don't feel like I'm missing a limb when I don't know where my phone is, and that is a liberating feeling. Overall, I am really loving this iPhone setup, and by loving it, I mean I don't actually use it as much anymore as I used to. I used to clock in at around 5-6 hours, even 8 hours of screen time a day on weekends, and now it's down to under 2 hours, with most of it being value-adding stuff. If you have any questions about my journey to take more control of my content consumption, just ask away in the comments section. I am a Filipino aspiring minimalist living in Sydney, Australia, and I try to upload weekly. So if you're interested in this type of content, a sub would be awesome. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Bye.